Hey everyone, Reflected here. You know, I'm also a flight jacket collector, and today I would like to show you my latest acquisition. Repro World War II USAAF B-10 winter flying jacket made by Gizemo. It's not a paid review, I bought it on my own, but even if it was, I wouldn't share anything but my honest opinion. So, what's a B-10? If you've seen my previous jacket reviews, you must be familiar with the A2 and B3 jackets. In the first couple of years of the war, air crews wore A2 leather jackets in heated cockpits or during the summer, and the thick B3 sheepskin jacket when it was really cold. As iconic as these jackets may have been, there was a problem. They started running out of horsehide and sheepskin. Also, leather wasn't exactly ideal for flying at such high altitudes. It became stiff in the cold air and with sweat, and it was quite restrictive, not very easy to move around in. The Army Air Corps came up with an entirely different approach, and the B-10 was standardized on July 22, 1943, just a week before the famous raid on Ploesti, and a month before the Schweinfurt-Regensburg mission. It was made of a cotton twill shell with alpaca fur lining for warmth, as well as a mouton collar. The overall design is quite similar to the Navy's M422A, except it's not leather and it doesn't have a bi-swing back. The jacket offered more warmth than the A2 and more freedom of movement too. As of the fall of 1943, you see more and more pilots wearing B-10s in period photos, even in the summer days of 1944. As a great World War II and USAAF enthusiast, needless to say, I've been on a quest to find the perfect B-10 for my collection. Originals are very rare and expensive, especially in wearable condition. My problem was that none of the Repro makers I knew offered the decent replica. Either the fabric color was off, too greenish or too yellowish, or the fit was weird, the sleeves too puffy. On most Repros, the color of the knits doesn't match the color of the shell, and I just can't understand why. The closest I found was made by Eastman Leather, a truly spectacular reproduction. However, the mouton collar is said to be of a very low quality, it's not up to the standards set by the rest of the jacket, and the price tag is way steeper than I'd be able to afford spending on a cloth jacket. An Eastman would set you back 900 British pounds currently, plus customs and taxes. Thank you, Brexit. Then, out of the blue came a new Repro maker from China, Gizemo. You'd be surprised, but there's a strong vintage US military culture in China, and they are really good at producing such garments at an affordable price. They're still quite new and a small company, so getting one of these was quite a mission, but it finally arrived and I was blown away. The shell is robust, well built, the color is spot on. Not too yellowish, not too green, not too bright, spot on. And the knits match the color perfectly, just like on originals. The mouton collar is exquisite, although I personally prefer a darker color, but on original B-10s the color of the mouton varied from white through blonde to almost completely black, so it's not an inaccuracy at all. The lining is real alpaca, and all the details are there. The two main pockets with buttoned flaps and a pencil hole on the left one. An inside pocket. The wind flap. An Army Air Forces decal on the left shoulder. The buttoned epaulettes. And the collar tab that you can use to fasten the collar in really cold weather. The label looks realistic, although they didn't completely replicate an original contract. It says Gizemo. Some people mind it, I don't. If I had to list any weak points, it would probably be the zipper. It's not a Talon like on originals, and it just doesn't feel as sturdy as the rest of the jacket. But it's not too bad either. It's warm, I'd probably be happy wearing it down to 0 degrees Celsius and up to maybe 15 degrees with only a t-shirt. The fit and sizing was extremely challenging to nail. There are some measurements on their website that you can compare to jackets you already have, but you never know how those measurements were taken. I reached out to their customer service. They recommended a size 42 or 44. I'm 184 centimeters tall, 76 kilograms with a chest of 39 inches, but somewhat wide shoulders. Based on the measurements, the size 40 sounded better, but I was a bit afraid that it would be too short. I went for the 40 anyway, and boy, I'm glad I did. It fits like a glove, not too baggy, not too snug. There's plenty of room for a light sweater underneath. Surprisingly, the sleeves are relatively long. They almost fully tunnel, so they fold over the knits, which I'm not a big fan of, but at least they don't ride up when I reach forward. The back length is short, but this is part of the style. In the 1940s, people wore high-waisted pants. The biggest mistake people make when purchasing World War II style jackets is sizing up just to make the back length longer. Classic mistake. You'll end up with an ill-fitting, baggy jacket, and you'd probably need to go up 2-3 sizes for the back length to be like on modern jackets. Just accept that this is part of the style and own it. Don't try to pull down the waist knits either to make it look longer. It just looks lame. It's supposed to be blousing a little bit. It's part of the look. Anyhow, I couldn't be happier with my Gizemo B-10. A great quality, fairly accurate replica at an affordable price. Make sure you look them up on Instagram. They have several other nice vintage jackets, and they even released 2 A2s recently. You can tell they put a lot of passion into this project, as well as a lot of research, and I'm a big fan of that. They really deserve some spotlight. Alright, I hope you liked this review. What do you think of the B-10? Would you rather wear this instead of an A2? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya!